Hello, boys and girls. That's too bright. This is the old friend RJ City. And welcome to the program. It is dark. It is night. And this is City After Dark. When do I have a flight? There we go. That's better. So sweet of you to join us all. Not only on this being my program, but it's a very special day. That being the birthday of the wonderful, the delightful, it's so mysterious you can barely see it, Bea Arthur. But first, let me clear up some comments. Let me address some comments, and then we can get down to business on this auspicious day. I have my cigar, my authentic smoking jacket, I guess, because I do have this cigar. And of course, my favorite drink, a lime Ricky Lake. And you can't tell, but this color's green. This is a real film noir aesthetic, and I'm trying to bring it back. Brandon Rennie says, "We want candy. I want candy." He's probably talking about the Diane's Weird band. Or the wonderful hit, "We Want Candy." Dun, 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 dun. Well, Bill sent a lovely goldenrod donation, and because of that, I will let him introduce this. He writes, "In honor of Bea Arthur's birthday, yes, it is Bea Day. Everyone check out her charity called the Bea Arthur Fund. It helps out the homeless LGBT youth in New York City." Yes, they're in conjunction with the Ali Forney Center. You can go make a donation. You can look up Ali Forney. I'll probably tweet out the link after this to the Bea Arthur Fund. When she died, I think she left something like $300,000 in her name to this place because she was not, to my knowledge, lesbian or bisexual. To my knowledge, she was heterosexual. Not that that really has anything to do with it. She had a great affinity for the LGBTQ community. I think she was before the Q. She was in that before the Q got added. And she wanted to help them, and she left it to that. And they were so touched, the Ali Forney Center, that they started this fund in her name. It's incredibly sweet, and I certainly encourage you to donate. Thank you, Bill. That's very sweet of you. Raquel said, "Hi, RJ. I was wondering, what's the weirdest fan encounter you've ever had? Keep up the amazing work." There was a fan that ate all my almonds once. I was outside in a group of wrestlers. I was like, "Does anyone want almonds?" And we were in a circle, and she was on the outside. She was like, "I'll have some." And she took them. She took a big handful. Didn't ask her. I didn't look her in the eye. That was probably it. Like, it was just a weird encounter. Just no social regard. I don't know if she realizes what she did, or if she watches this program. Raquel also has another question. I have one more. What is the sexiest thing you have ever done for someone? I would say like last-minute flights. Going to visit someone like spontaneously. Being like, "I'm coming. I changed my." That's like it's a little bit of a power trip. Felt like a real big shot. I should have brought my cigar. I also love picking up the tab before they even realize that I've done it. And I pulled that trick on David Arquette, and it didn't work so well at all. I think that would be, to me, this makes me feel the sexiest. Sexiest might be like, "Oh, he bought me roses," but that's like up to you. Sexiest thing I feel I've ever done would be something like that. David said, "Good day, RJ." Ty said, "Good evening and happy Bea Arthur Day." Happy Bea Day to you. Hope you have a good day, says Diana S. I have a good day. Dylan said, "I got here late. Did Bea Arthur talk about Did RJ talk about Bea Arthur's birthday yet?" No. Well, yes, but stay tuned because that's all I'm going to talk about. Die Antwort, who? It's a good question. I'll let someone else explain. Tabby said, "I just woke up 11 and a half hours. I just worked 11 and a half hours. Dear Lord. It's a good day to kick back and relax to RJ City's soothing tunes." Well, good morning or good night to you. Nell said, "Good evening." Bill said, "No problem, RJ." Bill also put, "It's a surprise for my members. I thought I would unveil it tonight. If you are a channel member to my channel, obviously, you now have access to a Bea Arthur emoji in honor of her birthday." Feel free to spam the chat with that, Bill. I think yesterday I put up a Vince McMahon one and a Hulk Hogan one from the cartoons that Solus Animation did, and now you have a lovely Bea Arthur. So feel free to just spam up the rest of your life with that adorable emoji. Chris said, "Good evening, everyone in need of a smile right now." Dave said, "Are almonds better than cashews?" Yeah, because roasted cashews are like, meh. I feel like you can do more with almonds just as they are. Cashews you can turn to a butter. You can maybe make a vegan cheesecake out of it. Jordan says, "Good evening once again." Good evening to you, Jordan. I just did his Hate Flows podcast. If you want to click on it and listen, I talked about hating people chewing. Mary DeLong said, "I'm glad I wasn't as weird as the almonds lady when we interacted. Your advice of There's nothing about this that isn't stupid was really sound advice too. That's true, especially when I meet people at wrestling shows. I'm just like, meh. Happy B-Day, Nails. Carla says, happy B-Day. That's a wonderful sentiment. Delna said, what would you like to say to awkward almond lady if she were listening right now? Respect the bag. Even if I said, yeah, you can have the almonds, my responsibility to pour it in your hands because you touched all my almonds. Let me delegate the almonds that I want to go to you. Let me control the distribution and let me control the germs, especially in these times, even though it was like 10 years ago. Aaron, Nails, Diana, Cart, you're all bombing with the Bea Arthur emojis, and it's working very well. Nails has the frightened Hulk Hogan and the perplexed Vince McMahon, too, while he was serving me a cappuccino. Nails said, RJ, what's your best fun Bea fact? I don't know what's considered fun. Well, that she did the Star Wars holiday Christmas special thing. The only reason she did it is because she could sing on it. She was like, is there a song for me? Can I sing? Like, that's how badly she wanted to sing on TV for whatever reason. She was just like, let's do it. And then was not very cognizant of the whole Star Wars world after that. Did it pretty much blindly, and that's the best way to do anything. Nell said, happy B-Day. Flamboyant Pharaoh said, I am here, and so am I. I am here. This is City After Dark. And in honor of B-Day, I have these wonderful things. In addition to this little thing here, I have this little thing with me I brought. This is a little bee. And I wanted to set it up here, but it won't stand because she's wearing legitimate high heels. And the high heels are not even, or unless she has some form of scoliosis or she isn't standing straight. I wish she could just sit right here. It would be adorable. I can't put it on the mic. I've been trying for like 10 minutes to do that. It was not working at all. I don't know where to put it. I can't even put it on my shoulder. I'll put it, will it just hug into my... Is that better? Will it just nestle? Will you please stay? This would be so nice. You'd be like a little parrot for me. No, it's not happening. I'll put that down here. Dylan said, have you been on the Wrestling Insomniac podcast? I have not. Unless I haven't, I've totally forgotten. Dave Muscarella said, would you have a Betty White emoji with her eyes crossed out or something? I'll see. That's original artwork, that emoji, by the wonderful Mike Dennison, who drew that picture. Is my knee Arthur Kneephead picture. So it's an original Dennison, and I love it very much. And I tried to pay him. I said, how much do you want? And he said, don't pay me any money. Make a donation to the Bea Arthur Fund. And that's what I did. It was incredibly sweet. Neil said, do you have any Bea merch? No. And I mean, like this, I guess all of this is wonderful experience. Carla said it was a good song. She's talking about Bea's turn in the Star Wars holiday special. Della said, oh, we did this already. Bill said, which is her favorite song that Bea sang? She sang quite a few songs over the years. I mean, I love Bosom Buddies, but you have to sing it with someone. Another one of my favorites is when she sings What'll I Do? In a Golden Girls episode. She's in a bar, and the pianist starts playing it. She starts humming along and then turns into a big, wonderful performance. That one's my favorite, and I do a good impression. Did I miss any Maude talk, said Andrea. Not yet, but I'm working on a Good, the Bad, the Unknown of Rue McClanahan, and I will be mentioning Maude. And that, Maude is better than the Golden Girls. Not to poo-poo the Golden Girls, but if you want peak Bea, you got to go to Maude all the way. Bill said, which is here? We did this already. Nail said, did Bea ever smoke cigars? There's a lot. Oh, I have this picture of her. I put this sticker on my computer of her. Can you see it now? Yes, having a cigarette. She certainly smoked cigarettes. I don't know if she smokes cigars. That remains to be seen. I haven't seen it. Tabby said, is that a Beeble head? It's very cute, but no, it does not bob. I mean, you can shake it whichever way you want, but to my knowledge, it does not. Ty said, drinking your lime Ricky leg so close to bedtime. How many times do you have to wake up to pee in the middle of the night? I time it well. I evacuate heartily right before I go to bed. And then again, in the morning, I'm ready to go. Dylan said, did you watch any wrestling tonight? I watched a bit of NXT and I watched a bit of AEW. But then I was like, I got to get ready for my show. I have Bea Arthur's birthday. And you know what? Speaking of that, let me do more. Dave said, if there was a Golden Guy show, what 4 men would you cast on the show? Well, I did say this, Dave. Me, Dalton Castle, Matt Taven, and Colin Delaney. And Bobby Fish is Stan. Flamboyant said, adopt me. I make great tacos, and my worst quality is that I'm a perfectionist. Perfectionists are annoying. I need people who can let it slide. Work on it and get back to me. Nail said, I do a great impression, so do the impression, please. I will. I have a lot of other things to do first. It's all in order on this special day. We love you, RJ says. Nails, thank you. Oh, what's in my eye? Bill said, B tried to sing at least once in every season of Maude, usually in the telethon episodes. There's a lot of great ones. Her and Esther Roll do Me and My Shadow, which is also a great song that I love, period. Karen Mason says hello. Hello, Karen Mason. Ty said, I don't watch wrestling anymore. If you watch me, you really don't watch wrestling. You can't say I watch wrestling. It was an RJ City match. I don't really count. Body Slammer said, has your mom recovered from Sunday? And when is she scheduled for another appearance? That's all she wants to talk about. It just goes to her head. And she's like, well, maybe I should come on again. I was like, maybe you should just do your own thing. Maybe you should just spin off. Maybe you should be the Maude of my life and have your own spin-off. Nail said, all the membership perks have been awesome. Thank you. And there's an emoji of me. I appreciate that, Nails. Thank you for letting me know. Tomorrow there'll be early access to a special episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Unknown. So stay tuned for that. Right now, I want to show off another B merch item that I have. This says Saint B, Our Lady of Golden Steel, which I think should be my name when I get back to wrestling. Would you call your baby B or Maude? I like to call her Maude. It's a good baby name. There are not enough B's and Maudes born these days, says Nails, and I agree completely. Okay, there we go. I was gonna like this, and there's a prayer on the back, and I thought we could read it together. It's very important if that's okay with everyone. Erin says she has the same candle, and that's because you have excellent taste. GC says, I love B as Turkey Lurkey and the wonderful that episode they're all on stage, the sky is falling episode. I've never seen a Golden Girls. Where can I watch it, says Flamboyant Pharaoh. I don't know, man. Everywhere. YouTube it. I feel like it's on Hulu for some reason. It's an NBC. We can leave this here, right? Okay. Let me like this sucker. This is good. Fire and computers on the live streams. Whoa, look at that thing. Happy B-Day. Let me read the prayer. Prayer for Saint B. Bless me, Saint B, to stand tall and speak my mind. I pray for the fortitude to take on taboos and bigots with a sharp-tongued wit and a powerful scowl. I wish to blaze with new attitudes and ideas that are bold and brave for my time. I admire your many talents, but your turn as the new girl at age 50 truly inspires me to keep reaching for the stars well beyond the bloom of my youth. I beseech you to never let me take for granted the power of friendship, and I thank you for being a friend. We're not over yet. I was just blowing a kiss. Beatrice Bea Arthur, 1922 to 2009. Not so long ago. Isn't this magical? Dear Lord. SM said, will your coffee cup be available for purchase on its own or only with that subscription box? Right now, my coffee cup is only in the subscription box for highspots.com, which is the May box, and it's got a lot of nice indie things, including some Danhausen business and wonderful things. I'm working on my own down the line, but those people are amazing. High Spots was so sweet to put it out. It was entirely their idea, and I encourage you to go get it. Even if you buy one box and then cancel, it's so worth it to have that priceless piece of merchandise. And High Spots is adorable, so God bless them. Carla said, B lights up the stream. That's so true. You can watch it on Hulu, so you can watch the Golden Girls on Hulu. That's excellent to know. Did David mentioning you on WWE Backstage on Fox make up for the lack of talk show bookings? No, absolutely not. You can mention my name all you want. He mentioned me on TMZ. I slapped him on TMZ. It's not a talk show. Get me on. I want to sit down. When everything gets back to normal, you can't just Facebook me into Wendy Williams or whatever. I want to sit. I want to sit on a couch. I'll have other people on my show, you know? He wants to come on mine. He's been on my stuff. What has he got in me? Nothing. He's just hopped on my back and said, to the moon. I didn't even hear that he mentioned me on WWE. What happened? Did everyone just shrug? Aaron is using the Bea Arthur emoji and the prayer emoji. We're getting very religious. Chris said, if I had a daughter, I'd go with calling her either B or Ava. I'm a big Ava Gardner fan, and I hope she has a wonderful cleft in her chin. Tabby Lavalam said, my favorite genre of wrestling fan is the one who insists they want realistic simulated combat because I don't know what realistic simulated combat wrestling they've ever watched. Yeah, wrestling is just not. People are like, I remember when I want wrestling was serious. I was like, man, it's always been a parody of real wrestling. Don't you understand how that works? Flamboyant said, favorite coffee. I really, really, on a hot summer's day, I love a nitro cold brew. It's incredibly refreshing with stevia on it, but I don't stir the stevia. I let it sit on top. And actually, just before I started the show, I made myself cold brew for tomorrow morning. So I'm very excited to. This is my first cold brew of the season that I'm making because it's getting hot. When it gets hot outside, so it makes me overheated to drink. Dalton said, when you measure your bicep, you're supposed to measure it flexed, right? No. You're supposed to measure it at the widest part, but it's supposed to be wherever that tricep kind of peaks. I guess you're measuring your bicep, right? So you want to measure it here and around. The peak of this side is your tricep, and then the peak of this would be your tricep. But you can stretch it, but you can still flex a little. It gives you a little boost. Happy measuring. Nail said, so Aleister Black tweets a ghost and everyone's like, oh, that's so funny. I'm furious the gimmick infringement. Why does everyone copy you, RJ? Because I'm a pioneer and that's how it works. That's the price I have to pay because I think of things before anyone else. Now everyone has their own weekly live streaming Fakakta business. Yeah. Kiana said, I would pay to watch you get interviewed by Wendy Williams. Please tweet her. I'm sure she checks. I'm sure at some point she'll be like, maybe this guy's on an reality show or something. Let's have him on. GC said, I don't have a show, but please sit on my couch. I can do that. Do you have the NECA Golden Girls figures? And hi, no, all I have is this one, which is a Funko. I do need to get the other ones. Everyone's sharing those pictures of that jacked Bea Arthur action figure. Famous said, we saw you on an episode of Splat-A-Lot. And you said you were going to stamp out sassiness in the world, and it was maybe the least RJ sentiment I've ever heard. That's because I was acting. I was playing a character named Gildar. And it was his job to stop sass, which is something I came up with in the moment because I had a kid who kept talking back. And it's so hard when you want to swear at a kid to not swear because you want stuff to be used. Like if I swore, it wouldn't be a big deal, but I wouldn't use it, right? So you're like, you have a swear word, you want to call him a little shit or something, and then your body does this computation, and then out comes the word sass. Keep your serious wrestling, says Nails. I want to see Jericho murder a drone. I want to see him do a craft, and I think he's afraid of doing it. Shane O'Mac said, RJ City versus Sally Jesse Raphael. Is she still alive? I have the glasses now. The Blue Meanie says, Mrs. Meanie and I have been binge watching the Golden Girls. I'm having a Mandela effect moment with them calling her Beatrice Arthur instead of B in the opening. I'll tell you something else, Meanie. She was credited as Beatrice Arthur in Maude, too. At really no point was she credited as Bea Arthur. Well, I guess while she was alive and working, it had always been Beatrice Arthur. But I have seen her sign some things as B. And I've certainly heard people who work with her refer to her as B. But nevertheless, I've never seen her credited like it. So it's not you. You're thinking she was probably also in that movie with Sinbad when he was a genie. Bill said, so who's your favorite BTV husband? Walter, played by the wonderful Bill Macy, or Stan, played by Herb Edelman. I mean, Stan is so hard because he was really the ex. He was so strongly identified as being the ex and the ultimate failure. I enjoyed Walter. As far as a marriage is concerned, I would want to watch them all day. Stan was a great actor, but he was very much an ex-husband. David Feig, do we know how big Bea Arthur's biceps were? Well, she would never flex. She didn't believe in it. Her stare was strong enough. So I don't think they got the best measurement. Oh, dear Lord. There we go. Brandon said, you have a name that recollects a broad theme. When you see a job with a little gimmick, how do you punish them on the mat? I don't even know what that means. Nail said, ooh, Blue Meanie, I love Mandela effects. You didn't know this. Blue Meanie has never been credited as Blue Meanie. It's always been Mauve Meanie. That's another Mandela effect. Sabrina said, I love this Bea Arthur emotion. She's using it quite liberally. Nail said, RJ would drag Wendy. Will you incorporate Bea Arthur's references into your wedding vows? Yes, I'll say be mine. And then everyone will know I mean BEA. GC Jonas says, do you have a P.O. box? Yeah, I can give it. I'm not going to give it to you now, but I can certainly, if you message me on some social media thing, I can certainly give it to you. You can send me what I assume to be is more Bea Arthur merchandise. Jordan says, Neil Hamburger should interview you or vice versa. Does he have a show? I would love to go on. Tweet. Don't tell me. I'm not in charge of that. Delna said, have you ever seen the 2002 Martin Lewis biopic? Sean Hayes plays Jerry Lewis. Yes, and it's terrible. And I think it's as they're leaving. I think Jerry's in the. They're about to break up, and Jerry's staring in the makeup chair, and he's like, "I love you," and Dean's like, "I love you back." And it's horrible. Also, Sean Hayes played Larry Fine from the Three Stooges in that horrible Three Stooges movie. What an odd trajectory that is. Revenge said, fuck, marry, kill Danhausen, David Arquette, Dalton Castle. Well, I have to fuck David Arquette to get him back for all the times that he's fucked me and continues to. I'd marry Dalton Castle because I think we have the best chemistry and we've spent a lot of good time together on the road in hotels and we'll get along long term. And I want to try to kill Danhausen. I just want to try. I just want to see, are you a ghost? Are you a vampire? What's the deal? What do you bleed? What's with all the teeth? I want to get to the bottom of the mystery. Hausen. Neil said, look at the neckerchief on B in that photo. Beautiful. Bet you can rock a neckerchief. I can, and I'll wear one maybe next week if I remember. Dylan said, has the Blue Meanie ever seen the Martin Lewis biopic? Mr. Heffron, I'll let you weigh in on that. Nail said, I rooted for Stan to do better. We all did, and that was the tragedy of it. SM said, when someone falls in public, is it okay to laugh first and then help them up, or vice versa? No, you don't help people. You let them, unless they're like, help me. You just leave people be. Some people like to lunge in. If they say help, then you go help. Unless they can't say it. Then you say, do you need help? Don't go help. Say, do you need help? But yes, you can laugh. Rowan said, finally done work, tuning in for my drive home. Please be careful. Please, Rowan, please. Nell said, do not dare kill Danhausen. I just want to try. Dylan said, I'm watching this show about Shaq, and Shaq's mom has 24-inch pythons. I hope she keeps them in a cage. Nail said, oh, no, he did not. And there's a lot of Vince emojis. David Feig said, when is your mother starting her own stream? That's what I'd like to know. She has the YouTube app. She's learning about it now. I give her 3 years. Tabby said, Raw is television. Can't they just hide Becky Lynch's pregnancy with boxes, cushions, and fancy camera angles? She should always come out holding a houseplant. Jordan Patrick said, RJ City, very evil indeed. Bill said, Walter was the best. But it was fun seeing Stan in a previous episode of Maude where Maude had to go back to work and was his manager. Oh, I remember that episode. AJ Lund says, hey, lady. Neckerchief and front pleats. It's time to level up. I have a pleat issue. The problem is not how I wear them. It's that I don't hang the pants properly. So I ruin the pleats. And I want to get a nice, tasteful heel. Nothing too high. Something that'll fit size 14 feet. I think will be very tasteful. Thank you for that advice. Ty said, Danhausen bleeds black and green for sure. That's what I'd like to find out. If he bleeds black and green, what's his mucus look like? How do we know he doesn't have a cold? Nell said, I'm going in a huff until we promise to never kill Danhausen. I just want to try. Maybe he's a ghost and he's already dead. Nobody seems to be answering these questions for me. Revenge said, why do you hate Mark Ruffalo? Is there a dark backstory to this? Yes. Yes, there is. Whew. We're coming for you, Mark. We're coming for you. Just to say hi, really. Dylan said, apparently that conversation with Martin and Lewis happened, but Jerry said it was over the phone and not in person. It bothers me that Sean's hair was never parted in the right place. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Sean Hayes fan when he's playing old comedians. Famous Among the Bond said, never mind the neckerchief. Can you pull off an ascot? I've pulled on an ascot. Neil said, F Mark Ruffalo. Blue Meanie said, I have not seen the Martin and Lewis biopic, but I love the Laurel and Hardy biopic on their UK tour. I love that movie too. That was one of the great, and there's not that many great biopics of old celebrities of that era. Rowan said, oh my God, your mom's so cute and so funny and so beautiful. Oh, that's nice. I'm sure she'll be thrilled. But she's not here. She's not on the show. Okay? Just keep your compliments, dear Lord, to yourself. Bernice Frankel. D said, Bernice Frankel, U.S. Marine on February 20th, 1943, and the rest is history. He's talking, of course, about Beatrice Arthur, who was in the Marines. Tough gal, big biceps. Delna said, what did you think of the recent Laurel and Hardy movie? Well, to answer your question again, it was fantastic. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I wish they covered some earlier stuff. Sometimes it gets very sad when they're old. I want to see some Prime stuff because the acting was so good, but it was a wonderful movie. Nail said, I'm telling Warhorse what you said about Danhausen. I'm going to cause a ruckus. Well, don't tell Ruckus. Ty said, Mama City to main event Sunday's episode again. Yeah, you pay her, Ty. Jordan said, Danhausen is a demon that cannot escape his earthly vessel. That's a shoot. Oh, man, I didn't want to ruin this gimmick with that. JC said, one of my favorite shows in the world is Patricia Arquette's show, Medium. Actually, David directed a couple episodes. I don't know how they were. Karen said, love your live stream. Well, I love you loving my live stream, too. Ty said, why did your mom throw you down the stairs? How old were you? Oh, I don't know how old I was. I was either in between like first grade and like fifth or sixth grade. I don't know. But on Sunday nights, and sometimes just through the week, I, for the life of me, could not get to sleep. And I would have horrible anxiety attacks for whatever reason. Everyone else was asleep and I couldn't get to sleep. And I thought, oh my God, I have to. And I would panic. Instead, if you're a kid, you can't sleep, go do shit, go read a book, whatever. And it was weird because I loved school. I was not being bullied or tormented by anyone. I had a lot of energy and I would just be wired and I could not sleep. And it caused me great anxiety. It was just very, very weird. And it happened for a long time. I went to two therapists, I believe. I don't think they really helped. I ended up growing out of it. But even worse than that, I would bother my parents that I couldn't sleep. I would have to wake them up. If I couldn't sleep, then they couldn't sleep. So my parents would never sleep. They wanted to kill me. So I couldn't sleep. They'd go back to bed. They would chase me back to my room. And then she really did not know what to do with me. She threw me down the stairs in a fit of rage once after, I would say, at least months of this business. I get it. Now I get it. It's left a tremendous amount of scars that I'm still dealing with. But no, I got it. I hope that clears things up. Yolanda, hi. I'm 6 minutes earlier than I normally am. That's the start. And we're so proud of you. If you just joined us, thank you for doing that recap, Yolanda, reminding me. Today's Bea Arthur's birthday. And in memory of her, I have this wonderful doll here. And I also have lit this candle. If you wonder what's flickering, it is a St. Bea candle, Our Lady of Golden Steel. And that's carrying us through the night. This episode is by candlelight. Until I spill everything everywhere and my computer catches on fire. Nell said, we're outlawing sass tonight. Sounds good to me. Bill said, last night I posted that you would be awesome in one of Bobby Heenan's flashy jackets. Do you have a story about his jackets? Not his jackets, but, and I'll go in depth on this one day, maybe an exclusive video, but I was almost signed to a wrestling promotion that will not be named. Not that I don't like them. I just don't feel like naming them right now. And I was supposed to be a manager. I was told a couple weeks in advance that I was going to be a manager / wrestler, almost like a Roddy Piper, how he'd manage wrestle and do a talk show. And I was very excited for that. And so I realized as a manager, I didn't have anything to wear. You put so much stock into your wrestling outfits, and then it's what do I wear for this? So I was scrambling for weeks, and I ordered the satin jackets that looked kind of Bobby Heenan-ish, but not too Bobby Heenan. I wanted to look a little different, but the same, whatever. Brand new jeans, brand new shoes, a whole brand new outfit, and with a couple jackets to rotate. And I'm very excited. I got this all together. I started writing promos. I wanted to get ahead of the game. I wanted to hit the ground running. I said, if I'm going to be a manager or whatever, let's be the best at it. Let's just do this. And the day before I went out there, they called me and said, we're not going to have you manage. We're just going to have you just wrestle once. And that's it. And the squash match. I was like, all right, fine. And that was good. That was fun. But now I have all these jackets and these shoes, and I don't know what to do with them all. So I started wearing them out, but you can't wear them out. They're too distinct. They're too douchebaggy. I couldn't pull it off. I can pull off a hint, a skosh of douchebag. So that's the horrible story. Tabby said, give me a home where the Buffalo roam, where Arquette and Betty White play. Chris said, the only biopics I like are Selena, dear Lord, and Ray. Those were good. Those are both nice. David Feek said, why can't your mother take over as your new ringside manager? She can yell at the ref whenever because they don't pay enough. Rowan said, okay, fine. You were so adorable and funny and also beautiful too. # where's the lie? That's what I would like to know. What's your favorite Hallmark movie, said Nails? I can't remember the name of it. I'm trying to do it. I was like Christmas Toys, a Christmas Toy Story or something. And it's Melissa Joan Hart and Mario Lopez. and they own rival toy stores. And the mayor of the town is Mario Cantone, and it's horrible. Neil said, I just remembered the vacuum story and used the Hulk Hogan emoji. Neil said, what should we read if we can't sleep? David Arquette's IMDb page. Brandon Rennie said, what was it like to not be bullied and tormented by anyone at school? LOL. Well, gee, that's nice. I mean, I don't know. It was okay, I guess. We all had insecurities. I mean, I had braces and a pubic mustache. I had things to deal with, but I guess it was okay. Delna said, have you ever seen Elton John live? No, and I haven't seen him dead either. Revenge said, what are your thoughts on Lady Gaga's art pop? She gets like, generally speaking to me, thumbs up. Like, like not up, but like not in the middle, in between the middle and up. You know, she gets like a half thumbs up. If I had to give it 2, I don't know. Not that I don't like her. I'm just, you know, it's not my, you can think someone's good and also not like their stuff because it's not your bag. You know what I mean? AJ said, I wonder how dusty that candle was when you went to light it. Oh, aren't you so funny and so rich? She's insinuating that the things on my shit, this candle has been sitting there for a long time, but it has been dusted. I'm very insecure when I put things on camera. I've dusted this, and I've dusted the Bea doll quite scrupulously. So thanks is a whistle right now. Yolanda said, oh, that's so beautiful. That ambiance. Ambiance is a great word, Yolanda. Where are we? Did I lose everyone? Stokely sent a lovable turquoise donation and said, happy birthday, Bea Arthur. This is for her. Also, if you do want to make a donation, and I'll put the link in later, and I'll tweet it out. The Bea Arthur Foundation, the Bea Arthur Fund, with the Ali Forney Center. You can look it up. It helps LGBTQ homeless youth in New York, and it's adorable. And she has her own residency, and it's called the Bea Arthur Residence. And I think you can, if you donate enough money, you can get like a bench or a wing named in your honor, and that's a life goal for me. SM said, any dirty limericks tonight? I'm so glad you asked because I have the book right here. Let's open it blindly and see what we got. A Dutchman who dwelt in Dundee walked into a grocer's named Lee. He said, if you please, have you any prick cheese? Said the grocer, I'll skin back and see. You see what you ask for? You see what you ask for, and you get this disgusting limerick. That wasn't even dirty. That was grotesque. That wasn't debaucherous. That was disgusting. I feel sick to my stomach right now. Neil said, no Jessamine or David Arquette tonight? Part-timers, I'll say. Spot Center said, what's your favorite witty comeback from Marsha Wallace as the secretary on the Bob Newhart show? Oh, I don't know. I liked her actually on Match Game. I thought she was very good sometimes. I didn't get into that much Newhart. The Bob Newhart show I liked. Revenge of B. Craig said, wear a nice pantsuit, maybe a nice cardigan. Matt Taven is here. Oh, Matt, hey. Is Sherry O'Terry the female Martin Short? In energy and height? Yes. In cinematic range? Absolutely not. Does she have that many well-known characters? Do I feel like she can carry a film? She needs to work on her film work. She did Saturday Night Live, and that's pretty much it. Not that it was bad at all, her work, and I'm sure she still does lovely things right now. But I would say in energy, in milieu, in oeuvre, I would say you have an argument. But career-wise, if we were to put the IMDb's together, I don't think so. Lovely seeing you. Wonderful, Matt Taven. Ty said, Nails New York, he doesn't even play enough to be a video. Chris said, today also marks 26 years since the release of The Crow, starring Brandon Lee. Well, we're just really balancing out the news today, aren't we? Spot Center said, joke. Yolanda said, ooh, I told you. What did Dorothy get when she wanted a pony? Is this a riddle? Chris said, some people like the grotesque. Well, Chris, speak for yourself. Spot said, the joke is wild. Raphael said, I love the ambiance tonight. Thank you. Nail said, wait, Matt Taven? Matt Taven? To my understanding, that is the Matt Taven of Ring of Honor and his web series Travel Taven, where he travels around. The guy who won the ladder match in Madison Square Garden with his purple gloves. dear, sweet Greek tourist Matt Taven. He's a sweet fella. Just joining us. Of course, I am RJ City. I'm drinking my wonderful drink known as a lime regular. And then Matt Taven said, yes, I'm Matt Taven, which I guess is his catchphrase or something. It's a really good idea. Matt's clarifying that he had black gloves. Excuse me. I think he had a purple belt or something. And he has a fun haircut. The Blue Meanie is waving at Matt Taven. I'm bringing the wrestling world together. I'm the hub. I'm the Dick Cavett of professional wrestling. And Matt's saying hi to the Blue Meanie now. Look at this coming together of the different generations and the different styles, all united by Saint Bea Arthur. Nail said, Matt Taven, dude, I love you and Dalton. Just stop that. This is my show. You're here to love me. You can go on Travel Taven if you want. Why do people go down rabbit holes on YouTube? Said Spot Center. Because they have so much time in their hands. Because they're very, very bored. And people do very weird things when they are bored. Karen said, RJ City, did you enjoy Jessamine Duke's live stream yesterday? Yes, I thought it was fun. It was a wonderful game and a lot of slaughtering of the animals, which is what I always come for. Jordan said there was purple on his tights for sure. Now we're talking about Matt Taven's pants. Stokely said, hoopla Taven. JC said that was trivia. She got a paper. Oh, Bea Arthur got a paper bird on a stick from the circus. I saw that episode today. Well, aren't you timely? Yolanda said, well, hello, Matt Taven. And oh, wow, the Blue Meanie as well. I think you need to read something dirty now. Fine, Yolanda. This one is for you. It's going to be gross, I'm sure. There was a young man of Oswego whose friend said, be off now, to sea go. He there learned the trick of skinning his prick and up asses, thrusting his pego. I'm not even sure what that means. There was a captain of Mag 94, more easily had than a two-bit whore. He wanted to drink and fondle your dink, but he's not around anymore. I don't know what that means. I think there's a historical reference in there that I'm not quite caught up on. Carla said, doing Bea Arthur's work. Yes, I am. AJ said, the Nick at Night logo really leaves a lot to be desired. Your thoughts? It does. And I think that was just programming that they had cheaply on some Viacom deal. And they were like, let's just burn it and get it out. And then it ended up catching on and turning really into that channel. The TV Land logo is far, far superior. In complete agreement with you. It's a tad drab. Tabby said, is this the start of a new faction or a new feud? Wrestlers confuse me. Matt and I are also already in a stable called the Coaster Club with Dalton Castle and Colin Delaney. It's very popular. Brandon said, I only love you. Wrestling is gross. Thank you. Bill said you should do a version of Match Game with Matt Taven and the Blue Meanie. Dumb Dora was so dumb. When she showed up for her urine test, she brought along a blank. Brandon said, I'm here for the charisma. Yolanda said, yay, because that was disgusting. Matt Taven said, you've lost 3 viewers since people started saying Matt Taven. If that doesn't tell you anything, good luck asking for a raise next year. I'm gonna send him these numbers. He'll be delirious over them. Neil said, hey guys, let's take it back to how awesome RJ is. Ignore Matt Taven in the room. Hey, Matt Taven, Yolanda said, yo, that was perfect. Thank you. Tabby Lavaland said, I've been here when the stream ended due to technical issues. I was watching an Effie stream the other day that ended due to technical issues. I think I may cause technical issues. Tabby, it is not you. It is because everybody's on the internet now because people used to go to work and run around and frolic and play, and now they don't. It's a minefield out here. Matt said, I'm good for a couple of years. Actually, speaking of Matt, I'm proud to announce I just re-signed with the AWA. So here's to us big shots, huh? Blue Meanie says, opinions on RuPaul's drag race version of the Match Game called Snatch Game. You know what? I read this article that RuPaul, on her land, she owns a ranch or something, and she sold it to oil companies to do all this fracking. And now I don't like her at all. And I told David Arquette that RuPaul is kind of like the Hulk Hogan of drag queens. Where like mainstream success-wise, like obviously the legend, like the first person that pops in your head when you think of drag queen. But now it's like, and like cool, you can respect it somewhat, but like there are also quite a few problems. Stokely said, I like when RJ and Dalton Castle roast Matt Taven. Matt said, you need to join Dalton and I. I think you guys should come to the AWA. Nail said, everyone has had technical issues this week. I've had emotional issues too. Tabby said, Dumb Dora showed up at her urine test with a pencil. Famous Among the Barns said, details on your contract negotiations with Fern Gagne. Well, it's a tremendous deal. It's for 16 years. And I'm excited. And it's scaled up. And once I'm into like year 12, year 13, that's really the big stuff. So right now I'm just trying to grind myself, hitting the grind through the Minnesota circuit, hitting the Barnes tour. Nail said, Matt, text Dalton and ask him to come join. RJ will be furious. Tabby said, AWA, they have Cobb salad. Carla said, speaking of internet shows, I hope the Nobodies have you back on their show. Carla, good news this month. A lost episode that I filmed with the Nobodies back in December is going to drop, and it is a doozy. Blue Meanie said wrestlers are basically drag queens anyway. My joke is always that wrestlers are drag queens, except the wrestlers are not in on the joke. Yolanda said, I love RuPaul's version of the Snatch Game. Stay on track with the fracking. Carla said RuPaul is indeed Hulk Hogan of drag and used the wonderful, timely Hulk emoji. Nail said the Nobodies have a whole show with RJ and forgot about it. I know, it sounds like a Ponzi scheme to me. Dig Doug said, did Dumb Dora bring her own cup to the urine test? Not bad. Brandon said, I'm going to earmark my copy of the Limerick and trade you my copy of the Limerick for your copy of the Limerick so that we won't fumble the poems. They get very wordy, very difficult. Nail said, Blue Meanie, how do you feel about Blue Tista? Yeah, you think he was stealing your gimmick? How'd you like that turned around on you? Somebody else stealing your gimmick. Bill said, since Vince McMahon took the Doomsday device, does Vern Gagne have to take Bea Arthur? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to get hopped up on Schweppes ginger ale. Blue Meanie said, have you ever thought of buying a plant and naming it Fern Gagne? That's a wonderful idea. And I think right back here, maybe like just a little standing shrub. Genius, Blue Meanie. Thank you, Nails. And I agree. Jordan said, can we get a Brett at Montreal style AWA as a sign-off later? Yeah, does it read if I go AWA? And then you're like, oh my God, he's going. This is amazing. Blue Meanie said, Blue Tista was blue-tastic. See, that's the good thing about Blue Meanie. He's a Democrat in that sense. He's democratic in that sense because he's like, you know what, the color blue, everyone should love it. I love it a lot, says Meanie. He says, I'm going to put it on the forefront all over myself. But he doesn't stop other people. Think about it. Even when Blue Meanie was in WWE, ECW, think about all the other guys that wore blue. Not once did he make a stink. He didn't say, hey, Edge is wearing blue tonight. This is a little weird. You know what I mean? He let it go because he knew other people love blue, and he really just wanted to spread awareness for the color. Nail said, RJ, what's the best lie you've heard about yourself? I heard that I got secretly married on vacation, like in Costa Rica. That was a legitimate lie. And I tried to track it down and find out, and I couldn't. I got to like two people, like, you heard it from you, I heard it from you. And then there was no truth to it at all. However, it was nice to be talked about. Just like, oh yeah, he got married. SM said, what's your favorite episode of Seinfeld featuring Jerry Stiller? It's a great question. The one where he's in Korea and he runs into that woman at the nail salon. Remember, Elaine's having trouble, and then he comes in because he speaks the language, and then he recognizes her from right. Do you remember that? And then he has to cook at that mixer. That was a very weird ending, but I thought as a performance for him, he was very good. Yolanda said, Dumb Dora brought her own number 2 pencil. That's the correct answer, Yolanda. Good for you. My favorite underwear are blue, said Stokely. Wasn't that fun? Hey, Meanie, says Eric. I play as you in WrestleMania 2000. That's a Blue Meanie's theme song in WrestleMania 2000. GC said, do you have Maude on DVD? No, but I watch it online. I don't really have too much on DVD anymore, unless I'm in like Best Buy and it's like $3. Ty said, you prefer Schweppes over Canada Dry? Well, yes, I prefer my ginger ale to be a little more wet. Meanie is a saint. Well, I mean, he's a saint, but he's not Saint Bea. Maybe one day I'll be here with a Meanie candle. Not yet. He's got a long way to go. Nail said, ooh, who did you marry? A Mildred Burke. Matt said, do the horse. I'm not quite sure what that's in reference to. The dance move? Remember when Meanie would do this? I'm familiar with the Meanie moves. This is a Blue Meanie tribute episode in addition to being Bea Arthur's birthday. Nell said, hey, Matt Taven. We're just saying hi to Matt Taven. Jordan said, I met Blue Meanie at StarCast 2, and he gave me an 8x10 for my fiance who couldn't make it. Loved him since I was a kid. Just really one of those people who you're like, you're so nice that you not be involved in wrestling. You're above this. Neil said, RJ has the best singing face ever. It's serious. That's a music face. Blue Meanie is blushing, and I hope he's blushing blue. Oh, no, don't be blue in the face. That's a bad sign. Stop. Stop blushing. Stop everything. Tabby said, you have the knee, Arthur. Have you considered the full Nelson Riley as a submission move? It's not a submission move, but it is a move. And I was working on it. And I've yet to have a chance to debut it before everything hit. I worked on it in LA, and I was actually gave it to Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy took the first full Nelson Riley. I won't tell you what it is. You'll know when you see it. Neil said, we need an RJ candle. Yeah, I'm getting into the candle business now. AJ said, U.S. Smarties or Canadian Smarties? Well, U.S. Smarties are basically in Canada what we call rockets. Or if you're in the U.K., you will call them rockets. Canadian Smarties are almost like a poor man's M&M. But they have a very distinct taste, as all crappy candies often do. And I like the little cardboard box they come in because M&Ms don't do that game anymore. But I would say the U.S. Smarties. Matt Haven said, Bobby do the horse. Come on. See Bobby. Everyone come see Bobby do the horse. Look, I don't know what this is in reference to, but if I believe Matt Haven, and I do, everyone should go see Bobby do the horse. How many times have you seen a meme? Said Dig Doug. I'd say about 4 times. Ty said, you're above this. Yes, that's true. Carla said, I would pay good money for an RJ City candle. Fair enough, but the markup's got to be crazy. Eric said, RJ, you got the theme music right, you mark. I was a big wrestling fan, but I was also a huge WrestleMania 2000 fan. RJ, who is the best entrance music, said Nails. I would say me. It's You Don't Own Me by the wonderful Leslie Gore. Sabrina said Jurassic Park or Jurassic World? Jurassic Park, and it's not even close for a million different reasons. Music-wise, acting-wise, plot-wise, CGI-wise, dinosaur-wise. Please. Nail said, oh my God, RJ, do you know Jungle Boy? That's too much awesome skin and hair and one friendship. You know who our common link is? David Arquette. Because David Arquette was, of course, friends with Luke Perry, and that's how we know Jungle Boy, and then I met... Yeah, it's nice. Eric said, Nails, what will the RJ candle smell like? I want it to smell like mint. I want a candle that's not soothing at all. Something too refreshing. Jordan said, Serenity by RJ. Serenity Then is the name of my line. Matt said, how do you not remember that joke? Fuck you. I'm out of here. What was Bobby Ride the Horse? What was... I don't know what that is. It was a joke we had. I remember 7 years ago. I remember I Want My Pudding. I remember when you lost your sunglasses at the water park. I remember when I had the panic attack at the water park. I remember the Greek tourist at Cracker Barrel. There's a lot of other things I remember. I remember I Can't Get Up. Do you remember that from the first week we met? I bet you don't. So it's not just me. It's you too. Brush up and we'll write a memoir. Wrestlers named Matt, said Tabby, are like doctors named Operating Room. Wrestler said, early Blue Meanie in Pittsburgh was the bestest Blue Meaniest Meanie, and he was the bluest too. Neil said, Eric will smell of sass. Brandon said, some sitcoms always come full circle in a kind of throwaway show about nothing form, while others have a through line that evolves. Which show could you say is the best example of each approach? I would say a through line for me would be the Larry Sanders Show. I mean, it's certainly not a traditional sitcom, but I also felt they always had a big series arc and they had little season arcs that I helped enough. Sola said, sorry we're late. How do we get that sweet emoji thingy Did you go through this already? We're the worst. It's only, unfortunately, only the channel members have access to it. So you got to go through the thing and then you can unlock these things. Otherwise, I can't. They don't let you give custom emojis. I really want to, though. But thank you, Solus, for doing it for me. Go follow the people at Solus Animation. They make the wonderful, great moments in wrestling history things. And there will be more of that on the way from these fine people. Go tell them you love them and go subscribe to their channel as they put up nice things. Ty said, I want my pudding. Yeah, it's not. It's an inside, Ty. It's an inside. Did anyone text Dalton? Or that's what Nails wants to know. And I guess nobody did. Matt Taven has left, obviously. Rowan said, Carla, I was going to say the exact same. Mint and lime and rum. Can he be a mojito? I would love a mojito flavored candle. Nail said, join a Solus. And now people are just spamming with the emojis. Have you read the Jurassic Park book? No, I have not. I don't want to because it doesn't have the music. Hank Kingsley, said Stokely, is the best sidekick ever. Matt said, I remember I can't get up and Dalton is here. Where is Dalton? I don't see. Oh, there's Dalton. Hey, are you going to the Coaster Club banquet next year? Yes, and I have my outfit all picked out. And in fact, I'm wearing it. See you in Waldemere. See you in Erie, Pennsylvania. This is going to be fun. Where's Bobby Fish? And where's Colin Delaney? Let him get on the roof and futz with the rabbit ears, and maybe he'll get some internet. Eric said, we need more cartoons, Solus. Oh, they're very demanding. We want to. How do we do this? We're old. Well, you sign up if you hit the join button at the bottom below the video, and you'll see a whole thing come up, and I'll explain it. And I have a video that explains it, too. Matt said, Bobby is doing the horse. I don't remember this at all. I don't remember Bobby Fish doing a horse. I remember, of course, being a fish. Why would he do a horse? Bobby do the horse. I said that? I don't remember that at all. Don't you remember when I yelled in the hotel room? He said it was the first time you've ever seen me angry. Hey, here's to the Coaster Club. Is a fun story. Hey, guys, I'm fans of you. Thank you for joining me. And I can't wait to join Planet Peacock and Travel Taven. Oh, look, Solus just joined. Welcome to Citizens United. Enjoy the emojis that you drew and the ones that you didn't draw. So that's so sweet of you. And if anyone wants to join, it takes that long. It's that painless of a process. It's adorable. Stop it. I'm getting all emotional now. Eric said, Matt, get some harems. My favorite tag team was Harem Heat. Famous said, started reading your Gorgeous George book because of your review. It's a great book, and it's incredibly illuminating the history. Raphael said, you could read the book with the Jurassic Park soundtrack. That's true. Ty said, Erie, PA. That's a good 5.5 hour drive. We'll start walking. We got the time. Bill said, hey, Matt and Dalton, who gets ribbed the most when you all get together? Probably the people that aren't with us. Neil said, Dalton met some horses and it was adorable and I love him and he's here and I'm dead. I still don't know this horse story. Eric said, horse is code word for heroin, I'm sure. Yeah, that was it. Neil said, welcome, Solus. Sabrina said, read the book with the Jurassic Park soundtrack playing in the background. Dalton says, Matt, remember when RJ used to make the horse joke all the time? Horse this, horse that, classic horse RJ. And I was just horsing around. Everyone, please leave. SM just joined Citizens United. It's so sweet to see. And I love that the color is mint. Welcome and enjoy it quite liberally. Feel free to spam the world with all these emojis. Brian said, speaking of spam, listen to my podcast, Mind of the Meanie. Yeah, yes, let's plug that. Listen to Blue Meanie's podcast, Mind of the Meanie, where I discuss how I stopped a concert with a fart. Well, I know what I'm going to do after this. He's going to blow out this candle. Go listen to Mind of Meanie, available where all podcasts are listened to. Tabby said, City, Castle, and Taven are all here to give us RPG locations. Yes, Waldemere Amusement Park. Nail said, welcome, SM. Matt said, I love the horse. We all love the horses. Is this because Bobby's well endowed? Is that what you're talking about? That Bobby's got quite the catfish on him? I don't understand this. Dalton said, nay, but not nay as a horse. Nay as in Jerry Lewis. Nay, that kind of thing. Foot and Bra said, so I found your channel through Jessamine Dukes. I'm confused and I want to watch more. And my plan is working. Exactly. Enjoy the confusion. It's really a mental maze of me making references to celebrities that are already dead. Nail said, Dalton, I do my homework all the time. I'm literally dead in this chat. There's too much awesome. Jesus, RJ, exposed, said Brandon. All right. Philip said, I woke up feeling like shit a few weeks ago to find a video of you, meaning me, playing a random Perfect Strangers video game, which you can see in my channel. And it made me cry with happiness. Thank you. Oof, sorry. I was serious. Yeah, way to bring down the chat, Philip. Dear Lord. Fill your emotional voids with perhaps a piece of fruit or a good book, like the Jurassic Park book by Michael Crichton. And you can just hum the theme song. Tabby Lavalamp just joined the Key to the City. Oh, Lord. Everyone's joined. Oh, this is how you start a cult. This is how you get the next Mickey Mouse Club that I can quickly turn into one of those wild country things, and I like it. Matt's using a horse emoji. We're all using horse, and it's a rocking horse. Is this something because, like, Bobby's cool? He's like a rocking guy? Hi-ho Silver, and away. I'm still not caught up on this. Yolanda said we have more guests. This is such a soiree. Indeed. And if you are joining us just now, hello and welcome to City After Dark. It is Bea Arthur's birthday, and the freaks come out at night. Brandon said, you're the crypt keeper. Keep crypt living in hua. You're the crypt keeper. I'm like the lounge miser. Neil said, welcome, Tabby. Philip said, oops, sorry. Don't apologize. Share. Matt said, everyone come see Bobby do the horse. Look, if you're in the mood for some horseplay and you like Bobby, all I can recommend is that you come see Bobby do the horse, even though I have no recollection of what that is. Bill said, all we need is Steve Austin, Kevin Nash, and my mother in the room. Then we will all be set. Yeah, get the gang back together. Dig Doug said, where's the kitchen area? I'm disoriented. Well, it's not behind me. It's on a different level. Carla said, this is the true power of RJ City and Bea Arthur. When we come together, I mean, really, she's just really at this point speaking through me. Let's read another dirty limerick, shall we? I think it's about time on the program. We've had too much serious conversation. Aaron said, should us cult members get some matching douchebag jackets? Yes, I have some from when I was about to manage and then I didn't. I can't say that word. It's kind of horrible. Oh, Lord. These all say, okay. Ooh, here we go. Okay. There was a young girl named Dinwiddie with a brace of voluptuous titty. But the boys squeezed them so that they hung down below and one drooped behind and got shitty. So her breasts became so distended and elongated that they ended up by her ass, is what they're saying there. Go see Bobby do the horse. Carla said, this is the, we already did that. Rowan said, will Bobby Sr. ever make it into a vid with you? You're talking about Bob Fish? Maybe one day. Nail said, I'm trying to think of questions, but Dalton has thrown me off. Stay the course. Dalton said, I had to go to the other room for a minute. Did RJ do the horse joke while I was gone? Did I miss it? Big fan of the horse show. I want to make people wait for it. You know? Ooh, here's a good one. In Glasgow, a tender tapeworm was so starved that he barely could squirm until his host finally was buggered divinely and Jimmy had Vaseline and sperm. Did he masturbate a tapeworm out of himself? That's what I'm understanding, and it makes me wretched. Nelson York said, oh, we already did that. I can't find the Bea Arthur emoji, said Tabby Levelamp. Did I just buy into a Fonzie scheme? Hey, give me money. Hey, no, you have to type in B in the emojis list and it should come up. It's the white head. Everyone else is getting it, Tabby. Why are you not? Her poor booby, says Yolanda. I agree. Diet Coke or Coke Zero, said S. I made it clear I'm a Schweppes ginger ale man. I smell ribs. Matt said horseless. I'm without horse. Jordan said AWA. Thanks for letting me still be a hero. Nail said, the buggery is back. Yolanda said, what? Now that's gross. I told you it's a bugger. Dirty, raunchy limericks. Nobody listened to me. Chris said, I love that limerick. Well, put it on your tombstone. SM said, RJ, I didn't get a chance to ask if you were a fan of Third Eye Blind last week. Well, I'm glad you saved it because the answer is no. Blue Meanie said, horseless in Seattle, story of my life. Sabrina said, ooh. Carla said, Bea Arthur emojis. Brandon said, I think the tapeworm was up somebody's ass and had victuals after said ass was, I'm not even going to finish that. So they said, does Bobby have a pet horse? That's what I would like to know. Good old Bobby Horseman. They should have named his original NXT name was supposed to be Bobby Horse. I think that's what the joke is. And the gimmick was that he had a sore throat. Nail said, Blue Meanie needs to give us a limerick, dear Lord. Well, I will say, as we are winding down right now, I want to thank everyone for joining me. I will say this again. Chris said, is this the horse with no name? It's a great question. I will say this again. Happy birthday to Bea Arthur, to Saint B, and I'm going to sing a closing song. But if you do want to donate to the Bea Arthur Fund, I will post the link here. I will tweet it out also. You know what? I'm going to post the link right now. Give me one sec. Bea Arthur Fund. Bea Arthur Fund. I'm posting the link to the Bea Arthur Fund right here. There it is. Go donate. Alley 40 Center. Enjoy it. Blue Meanie said, happy birthday, B. Saint B. Thank you, Blue Meanie, and Matt Taven, and Dalton Castle, and Bob Horse, also known sometimes as Bob Fish, for not joining me. And as we close, in tribute to my gal, a song that she would always sing, I would like to sing right now. What'll I do when you are far away and I am blue? What'll I do? What'll I do when I am wondering who is kissing you? What'll I do? What'll I do with just a photograph to tell my troubles to, when I'm alone with only dreams of you that won't come true? What'll I do? Good night, and God bless.